This chana masala cooked in a blend of spices is going to be the best one you have ever tasted. Hi, and you're watching Plating It with Wendy, where I share with you recipes which impress with ease. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, share and comment. And if you enjoy trying out recipes that turn out right every time, then go ahead, press that subscribe button. And while you're at it, if you hit the bell icon, you'll be the first to get notified every time I upload a new video. Now, let's get started. For this recipe, we're going to be going in with 250 grams of dried chickpeas or Kabuli chana. And we're going to empty that into a bowl. And we're going to soak the chickpeas in water for about 12 hours so that they get hydrated. And here's the secret to getting soft chickpeas or Kabuli chana, is to add half a teaspoon of soda bicarbonate while soaking it, or you could even add it when cooking it. And I'm just going to give it a quick stir. And now we're going to keep it aside on our kitchen counter to do its thing. It's been 12 hours and the chickpeas have plumped up nicely. Now let's put it into a pressure cooker and cook them. So now we're going to drain out the water and add the chickpeas to our pressure cooker. We're going to toss the chickpeas into the cooker. And we're going to add about 3 to 4 cups of water. And we're going to season the chickpeas with 1 teaspoon of salt. And now we're going to give this a quick stir. And to get some authentic color and flavor, we're going to add 1 tea bag. And if you're using loose tea leaves, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of tea leaves into a muslin cloth and tie it up. And go over to the stove to cook the chickpeas. We're going to close the pressure cooker, put on the weight and turn the heat to medium. Once it comes to pressure and we hear 1 whistle, we're going to time it for 4 minutes and then switch it off. And if you wanted to jumpstart the process, you could always go in with a 540 ml can of chickpeas. The chickpeas are all cooked and I've separated them from the water. And see how well the chickpeas have cooked? They've become so soft. Okay, what I like to do is to take about 2 tablespoons of the chickpeas. We're going to mash it up and we're going to keep it aside to use later. To a heated pot on medium heat, we're going to add half a cup of vegetable oil. And now into that, we're going to put some whole spices. We're going to go with 2 green cardamoms, 2 black cardamoms, 4 cloves, a 1.5 inch stick of cinnamon, 1 mace, and 1 bay leaf. We're going to saute this till the oil turns aromatic. And now we're going to add 2 medium-sized onions, which I have pureed. And now we're going to saute this till the onions begin to turn a little golden. And here's a tip. To make the onions get golden faster, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt to it. And now let's continue sauteing them. The onions have turned a lovely golden color. So for some earthy flavors, we're going to go in with 1 teaspoon of ginger paste and half a tablespoon of garlic paste. And now we're going to continue sauteing till the ginger and garlic lose their raw flavor and the onions turn a golden brown. And now that the onions have turned golden brown, we're going to add 2 tomatoes, which I have finely pureed. And now we're going to saute this till the oil begins to separate. The tomatoes have cooked down and the oil has started separating. So now it's time for us to add in the spices. Before adding in the spices, we're going to lower the heat to low. And now we're going to add in half a tablespoon of Kashmiri chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of mustard powder, quarter teaspoon of asafoetida, 1 teaspoon of pomegranate powder, half a teaspoon of fennel seeds, half a teaspoon of caraway seeds, and 1 teaspoon of dried mango powder. And now we're going to slide it all into our pan. And for an added earthy flavor, we're going to go in with quarter teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg. Now let's saute this and bring it all together. It's important to keep your heat on low so that the spices do not burn. And now we're going to add in the cooked chickpeas. Let's give that a little mix. When cooking chickpeas, I always like to add in all the spices than using the ready-made spice that you get for making chana masala, because it definitely has more flavor to it. And now we're going to add in the water we had cooked the chickpeas in. And this is 1.5 cup of water. And we're going to add in another 1 cup of plain water. And now let's give this a stir. We're going to increase the heat to medium and cover the pan and allow it to come to a bubble. The chana masala has now come to a bubble. So for a bit of time, we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of tamarind pulp. And now we're going to go in with half a teaspoon of garam masala and half a teaspoon of dried fenugreek leaves. And we're going to add about 1/4 teaspoon more of salt. And for some good measure, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar. And this is totally optional. Let's give this a mix. And now we're going to add in the mashed chickpeas that we had left aside. And this is going to help to thicken the gravy. And we're going to give this another stir. The chana masala has been simmering for about 5 minutes. The oil has come to the top. And you can see how thick the gravy has turned because we add in those crushed chickpeas. Now we're going to take it off the heat. And we're going to finish it off by doing a tadka, which means tempering of a few spices. To a heated pot, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of ghee. Just going to allow that to melt down. And into that, we're going to add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, a 1-inch stick of ginger, which I've slivered, 2 cloves of garlic, which I've finely diced, 2 green chilies, and now we're going to saute this just for a little bit. And once it is all well fried, we're going to switch off the heat. And now into the hot ghee, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder. Just going to give that a stir. And once it is all mixed, we're going to add it to the chana masala. Now let's give it a mix. Wow, can you see how delicious that is looking? I can't wait to give this a taste. And now we're going to garnish it with some freshly chopped cilantro. And it's always nice to add a little tadka on the top while serving it up. Now we're going to finish it off with some finely chopped cilantro. Oh my goodness! Look at that! And now it's time to give the chana masala a taste. I'm going to take some of the chana masala and some of the diced onions. Wow. Going in for another helping. I'm going to hit it with some lemon on the top. And I made some bhaturas, so I'm going to take a piece of that. And chana masala can be enjoyed for any meal. So I'm going to be enjoying it now for my lunch. Wow. Wow, this chana masala is so delicious and it's so easy to prepare. And if you want to enjoy it as much as I do, then hop onto my website, platingitwithwendy.com, where you will find the full written recipe. Thanks for watching. See you soon.